Hello everyone, this is Crazy aka Why Must I Sign In, and here I am back at the Star Battle Axe Open Tournament. So this is a remake. Warlock, I believe, was lagging the game, but they ended up having to remake after the first game due to the lag, and so there ended up having to be some subs as a result. So what we have here is Pandas now is this Pandas and Friends group, which includes Boomer, Silverwolf, Davila, Agile Eye, Monster, and Cherry Coke. And then EWOKS is with its replacement down here. So they have Thunder, Greater Ninja, Rammstein, Kenneth, their sub Unknown Jedi, and Monstar. And then here I am in the specs. So I think now that they're all kind of back, they should be starting soon-ish. Um, but since I'm not sure what really happened, or I'm not sure if that what I'm going to do with that first part of the broadcast, um, I'll go ahead and take a minute to go over what's going on with the format here again. So this is a 7 round system, best of one in each round. So the winner of the tournament will be the team that has the highest win-loss throughout those 7 rounds, what will ultimately be 6 games. So because there's an odd number of teams, in each round there will be one team sitting out. And so right now, that's supposed to be Insane Logic, which is actually probably in an in-house right now or something. I mean, they're not just gonna sit and do nothing or go away. They just keep playing. And then I believe in the next round it's gonna be Saber 6. But hopefully this game will get going so that the all the rounds can be resolved in a timely manner. This is now basically a 45-minute delay, just about, on this first game. But that's sometimes the way these tournaments go. I don't know why it is. You know, you can play pub matches all day, and maybe you'll have like 1, 2 games of lag. But it's like as soon as you get into a tournament, I feel like the number of times I've seen lag as just a horrendous issue quadruples. I don't know whether it's because like there's more people from different countries in the tournament or what, but man, things get wild and wacky and a little bit rough. So I think that this should be a good game. Um, I can go over a few more of the rules here. Let me see. So there wasn't, as far as I can tell, a deadline for signing up. So basically, people were signing up into the freelancers until the very last minute, and then they still, of course, had enough people flake out after the signups that half of them that they basically still don't really have a team. Windu is hosting the tournament. Everyone is on the TeamSpeak server, so um, that's very important when you have a situation like this where someone starts lagging and you need to be pulling people in and out and all this sort of jazz nonsense. Just continuing to look down the match scheduling and all this. So the game doesn't begin until both captains say they are ready. Boomer is getting a little impatient because Ninja's team had just to re-coordinate at the last minute here due to the dropping a player and pulling in a replacement. So usually remakes occur within the first 30 seconds of the game. So I think they have to do... I think they have to do the same composition. And really, they should be starting here. Yeah, Boomer is reasonably concerned that the bracket timing is going to be messed up if the delay here goes any longer. Yeah, so the bracket information is all like there. It was originally going to be kind of the multi-stage bracket like before, where there would be the initial round and then the quarterfinals and then the finals. So there'd be more of a build-up. But actually, I think it was actually some of the ISL people, the Insane Logic people, who were advocating for the round robin format instead. So as before, the Pandas are in the top right, and we once again have the EWOKS in the bottom left. And so once again, Raider Ninja going range rocket, Thunder going imp, Jedi going 4-3 Colossus, Rammstein going range rocket, Monstar going explosive charge, and Kenneth going shield recharge with that delicious 120 shield per second recharge action. Boomer from the Ewoks going explosive charge, Cherry going 4-3, Davila going 3 rocket, basically still range rocket, Monster going imp, Agile Eye going 5 Spore Guardian. And in this side lane we have Silver Wolf going 5 Int. So a little bit of initial push. The Pandas have managed to take the Cloud, and they're actually also pushing the top lane. And even though this is a explosive charge Dreadnought versus a carrier for a little bit here, Silver Wolf was actually pushing. Like I know that Monstar can't be too out of position with a 5 Spore Guardian and a 3 Rocket Frigate in the mid, since he doesn't have letting this carrier stay past these rocks, right? I mean, he's pushing him back now, but I think he could have pushed him back a lot of speed, hull, or armor. But I still am not sure that I would have gone a little bit earlier. Yeah, he wants the carrier more like up here. I mean, yeah, he wants to be able to cut in if he needs to. But until the other, the rest of his team is really at a point where they are going to be pushing that Cloud, it's just as important to be keeping this carrier as far back as possible, just to make it a little bit less convenient for him to be farming up with those Ints. And this thing right here, where you can never actually get in range to drop the charge, and then a Raven comes over, this is like one of the most frustrating to happen to you as a Dreadnought, to be in this matchup. You get the charge more for Leviathan or opposed Dreadnought or some of this other sort of stuff. And yeah, Mana is cutting over again. Oh, Jedi stalled a little bit there, but I don't know that he's going to be able to get in here and actually get on Davila to... Oh, he gets a charge on Agile Eye. If he gets one more... Oh, he got one more, but I don't think he can... He doesn't have the energy for a third. He still has 1,000 life, and he has no gats, so without any gats at all, he can't really cap Agile High here, and now he's going to be coming out real hot. Alright, so kind of a nice explosive... It's a charge. Explosive charge. A nice explosive opening to this game. I'm going to go ahead and see what the blue team does here. I'm going to jump into Boomer's... Whoa, Boomer plays in a ridiculous point of view. Okay, let's not do that then. Let's go into Agile Eye's perspective and see, okay, I nearly just got charged to death, but thankfully my Raven got those earlier imps off, so he did not have the third charge to kill me with. I'm low, but I'm not so low that I can't come back out pretty soon here. Guess he wants to be pretty high before he comes out here. Let's see what, oh, we got Davila. We got Davila with the fusion torpedo. Yeah, let me actually go and do just the upgrades. There wasn't a huge amount of time here, so I'll just see if there's any other notable upgrades. Oh, we also have Vortex. So Silver Wolf picked up Vortex. Agileye, really just picking up more range, it looked like. But Davila, this is the guy to watch here. He has the fusion ready to go. He is thirsty. You know, he doesn't want to get this fusion and then not use it for, 10 minutes, because then he's losing the capacity to farm and all these other things for really no reason. He wants to have it at a key moment to either get a kill or really just destabilize the enemy team's position so that they can push them back and basically recuperate the minerals spent on the cost of the spell. But we can quickly check to see what is going on with the other. Oh, we have a stasis. Azul-I is stasis. Kenneth has picked up stasis. He's also boosting up the rest of his team, but there's no torp ready. Rammstein had Ion. Mon still on charges with also Protective Field. Jedi with Hardened Shield. And Thunder is on Defensive Matrix and Imp. So, yeah, I'm not sure what the stasis was supposed to be achieving there, other than making the entire blue team very nervous that they're about to get torped, which was not actually going to happen. Ninja also does not have torp, so there are energy but no spells. It's interesting. But yeah, now blue team is coming back up and they're like, okay, they dropped all that money on that stasis. Are we going to be able to get a kill here? And you can tell the Raven radar is doing work. They're pushing the mid. Meanwhile, Silverwolf is like, I'm going to be a carrier, and I have my Vortex, so even if a Dreadnought decides to start coming in on me, I'm going to be able to escape. So right now, I can farm really comfortably. If you look at the leaderboard, I mean, yes, Kenneth has picked up some great farm from the EWOKS, but Silverwolf is leading his team. 280 now farm. As soon as a carrier really breaks 400, it becomes very difficult to deny him farming. So the funny thing about carrier is that, with like a Void Ray at 400 farm, that's about the point where he can maybe generate enough damage to really threaten and kill a ship. With a carrier, it's not necessarily easy to get a kill at 400 farm, at least not in my opinion. But it does become increasingly difficult to control the carrier farming. So at that point, the carrier tries to really get up to like 800, while the rest of the enemy team is more closer to 200, 300, maybe 400. And it's at that point that, when the carrier has 800 and the rest of the enemy team does not, that something really big can come out from the carrier. In this game, the logic in a lot of tournament matches is to go for the Tempests. Really, they have the Colossus from the EWOKS, so yeah, I mean he's going Tempests, and I'm not surprised. And it's not that I exactly disagree with going Tempests here. But this is definitely a situation where I would think, do I want to just go a little bit heavier into ints to start things off? Do I want to, not necessarily planning to get a kill with them, but to pick up some scouts to maybe, scare the EWOKS into picking up Force Field or PDD, and to start forcing them to use that on my scouts rather than on other things, basically just as a way of, continuing to drain the farm of the enemy team. But no, he picked up Tempests, and it's not going to be particularly effective against the Colossus so long as they're shooting the Colossus. So long as the Colossus is doing his job, it's not going to be that great. But that depends on the enemy team playing well and for key ships being in the position they need to be in. And so here you can see the Tempests are getting some shots off on the Raven. And overall, they are doing some work here. They participated in the pushback, and they got some ships on the ship that they most want to be shooting, which is the Raven support. I mean, if you're gonna be having Tempests really hitting anything, that's, I think, what you want them to be hitting. But yeah, now as soon as the Colossus comes out, and if they target the Colossus at all, that's when they basically just do nothing. You have to, you might as well just act like the Tempests don't exist, right? I mean, versus some ships, you can sit there and kind of try to protect the Tempests, but no, that's not going to fly versus a Colossus, which will just roll over them. Especially since he does have Hardened Shield, and etc. Now, yeah, some people were saying that it would result in a smoother stream experience to go with player perspective. But I'm like watching this right now, and I get a little bit disoriented because he keeps moving around. So let's go ahead and jump back and just see what other new ups have come out. So yes, Ninja now has fusion. Rammstein is still on Ion, but now Kenneth's stasis. You know, now he can generate a stasis torp here. Jedi also has Lance, which I think I've seen. Monstar has picked up bots. Oh, and Thunder's Raven is in the vortex. Is the Villa going to manage to land the torp? This is the big question here. Here it comes, and it's good! The torp hits. Thunder is taking a lot of gats, a lot of rocket damage. I think he's going down. He's going down. He's down! EWOKS have lost their Raven support. That's going to be a huge loss in the composition they're looking at. Monstar is actually taking significant damage as well. He's taking gats. He's taking rockets. They're staying on him. The gats are still on him. Monstar goes down as well. This is almost certainly now a loss for the EWOKS. It's going to be hard to come out of this. They do still have the potential for Stasis Double Torp, but man, this is a rough spot to be in. With both enemy support still up, Monster still has his imps. No, I'm sorry, just the single support there. But yes, Monster still has his imps. So guaranteeing that both frigates and the Arbiter will have the positioning, health, and energy to drop the Stasis Double Torp against a ship that will actually suffer from it. You know, the Guardian, the Raven, or the Frigate or the Carrier. You know, you don't want to do it necessarily against a Colossus or a Dreadnought. It's just going to be rough. It's going to require the Arbiter being in an awkward position. It's going to either require luck or good timing or something. But yes, this is a presumptive loss for the EWOKS, especially once one more frigate goes down. Really, their only hope right now, in my mind, is Double Torp, which they can't actually pull off because Rammstein does not have the second Torp right now. Blue team's still gonna be taking it easy, playing safe. And so I guess really the one to watch here is Kenneth. So, you know, if he manages to get off a well-timed stasis so that Ninja can drop his torp, then that's going to be their chance for a pushback. And see, this the Colossus actually needed to be in front of the Arbiter a little bit there. Especially since he knows there's going to be Tempests all the time. But the Arbiter is the one who's thirsty. You know, he's so ready to drop a stasis. And actually, overall, you know, you know, the whole picture here, the red team is right now only down 400 farm, which is significant, but considering they lost 2 ships, they were actually up just a little bit on farm. So this might not be as over as it seems to be. Oh my goodness. We have a Colossus Vortex, which is going to force some sort of engagement here. Oh, that frigate is taking heavy damage, heavy Guardian fire. Stasis on the Dread just to pull off the Gats, but it's the Guardian doing all the damage. It's the Guardian! Oh! Torps and the Colossus is also going down. Oh, this is... It's over. Well, they still have the single Torp, but it's down, and it's really just them now. So that's pretty much the game. Very explosive, exciting use of Torps from both teams here. Both teams constantly threatening the possibility of Torp wins. The Vortex Torps ended up working out just a little bit better than the Stasis Torps, but that just a matter of the Pandas making that Vortex Torp work. I mean, that is really important timing. So that Davila managed to land his Torps. Very, very important in a game like this. But also very difficult. I need to turn off in-game chat. Darn. How do I... Busy. There we go. Hopefully that won't be annoying later on. Because this teamwork between Davila and Silverwolf, on the one hand, for the initiations for those Vortex nukes, and then following up with Boomer and Agile with his 7 acid spores, and then Boomer tanking the damage. And actually, he doesn't even have any Gats upgrades, so really, Agile Eye was pretty much all of the damage there. And so Boomer just going into tank while Agile Eye follows in with the spores. Very strong follow-up on those Vortex Torp initiations. And so Pandas really was just playing well here, and that's what's been going on. Their team is not supposed to do that. The Thunder is not the team captain. But game is now over, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be continuing on here with the rest of the January 2016 Open Tournament. Thanks for watching.